Okay, now let's talk about the breaks at join. Again, if I go here into my storefront type, I can go to my edit type properties again, and you can see the join condition, which can be vertical grid is continuous. If I zoom here a little bit, so we will better see it. And let's go. Now, the vertical grid continuous is that the curtain wall booleans on the vertical grids are continuous. If I go with the horizontal one, you can see that now the horizontal one is continuous. Then there can be like border and vertical grid continuous or border and horizontal grid continuous. So if I go, you can see it here. If I go with the border and let's say border and horizontal, you can see that now the border one is continuous and the horizontal ones are continuous. So this is the type property of the curtain wall. And you can modify this more. Like you don't have to put here nothing, but if you put here and you want to modify it, okay, you have different options. And that is that, like, if I select this curtain wall boolean and pin it here, you can modify it by making it continuous or breaking at join. Let's say that I want to make this one to break at join. So now you can see that the whole wall or the whole curtain wall booleans are being modified by the type parameter, but this one I on purpose made different. So this setting is actually affecting the whole boolean. You can see that on both sides. I can either make it continuous or break it join. But let's say that I don't want to make it continuous on all or on both sides, but let's say only this side. Now I would like to continue and this one would be broken. I can accomplish this with this toggle here. You can see that now I can only affect this one join by making the continuous either vertical or non-horizontal grid. Okay, now let's talk about the profile families, which are driving the geometry of the curtain wall booleans. Because let's say that I do not want to create just the basic rectangular boolean or something like this, and I want to model it a little bit more. So what can I do is, or how can I create the family like this is, and I need to go into my profile families. I will go with the new family, and I will go with the metric profile, and this one is boolean. Okay. Now you can see this is the interior side, exterior side. Curtain panels are twinned to where the profiles get into sense. This is the center of the boolean and center front back reference plane. So if I go here now and just draw my new boolean like super quick, let's do something like this just by the eye. Okay, let's say that this is my new boolean profile. Don't forget that this is just the profile family. And if I load it into my project, I can create a new boolean type, which will use this profile to drive its geometry, so it will be swept along the path here. And there is one thing with the profiles which you should like know, and it is the profile usage. If you are using the curtain wall or the profile curtain wall boolean family template, the profile usage here is automatically set to boolean. If you set it to something else generic, you can see the profile family in all of them. And these are the other categories which are using the profile families. You can see that, for example, in the wall sweep, I have a profile. So if I'll leave this to be the boolean one, and I load it into my project, okay, I will just save it and name it. Now I will load it into the project. And now you can see that in my families, under the profile families, you can see my profile Meridian family. So now I will show you the difference between this profile usage parameter. So if I go here and I create a wall, a normal one, let's go to the generic, something like this. And now I'm going to create a wall sweep. And let's just go to create a new one. And now here in the profile, I have a default one, but I can choose any profiles which are either generic or they're categorized as a wall sweep profile families. So you can see that there is no curtain Meridian profile. But if I go here now and I change this profile usage to be generic and load it into the project and go back here now in the wall sweep, I can come and find my profile Meridian and actually create a curtain wall sweep with this profile Meridian for the curtain wall, like this profile which I created for the curtain wall Meridian. So if I go back here again, change this to the Meridian, load it into the project. Now it will stay like this, but if I try to modify it, you can see that there is no profile here because now it is not categorized as the wall sweep profile. So this is good when you're creating things to make it a little bit cleaner, because then you would not have too many profiles in like the settings when you are not needing them. So if I go back here and let's go with this one, unpin it, I will go to duplicate type. And now in my profile, I will choose you can see this is my profile Meridian. Okay, and you can see that it looks something like this. It doesn't look pretty good, but it doesn't look that bad. I could play with it to modify it to be better, but I can even model it more. But what I want to show you now is that let's imagine that, okay, I want to model this more. I would go with the hollow profile, something like this. And if I try to load it into the project, you can see that I get an error because you cannot actually use the hollow profiles in here in the curtain wall Meridians. It can be only, you can see here, valid profiles can only have a single continuous closed profile loop. So I cannot actually model it more. Me personally, I try to not over model things because then it is more and more. I mean, if I would model this even more detailed, then there is more things for Revit to show me graphically and to calculate it, and it will slow down the Revit. So it's always like, do I really need it or I do not need it? The next important thing to remember when creating profile families for the curtain wall Meridians is this one, that the curtain panels are trimmed to where the profile sketch intersects the center front back reference plane, which is this one. And what this means is that, let's delete this thing, load it again. And now you can see that here, my curtain wall panel is going all the way inside, and here it stops at this side. And you can see that here it actually goes inside where I do not want it. And the position of this, how far away it goes inside, is driven not with the geometry which is meeting the curtain wall panel, but it is driven by the intersection of this profile with this line. So this side or this spot So let's imagine that I would create something like this for you to be able to see it, load into the project. And now you can see that if I go here, back to the family, this spot will be the spot the curtain wall panel will go up to. So it will not stop on this one, nor on this one, nor on this one. It will go all up to this point. So here you can see that this curtain wall panel is going inside, 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 and stopping. And it's stopping because it is intersecting like here with the reference line from this profile. So this is important when you are creating Armurian profiles. Okay, and now I will show you that if you want to have a detail here, but you do not want to model it, or you cannot actually model it with the hollow profiles and stuff, what you can do is insert the detail component in here, or insert directly the cut. And for this, I have prepared a CAD file, which I cleaned. Everything is only in one layer. So here I have my curtain wall profile. I will put it into the current view only. Okay. And you can see that it looks something like this. So this is my detail, but this is only like the, okay, I have to unpin it. This is only like the 2D element. It will not be used to create the geometry in the Revit model. So I can just go and place it over here, and I will go with this one for the middle, like this. And now I will draw my profile around it. So let's go to create a line. Let's say like, okay, this is not good enough. And this should be okay, it doesn't get my endpoints. So I'll go like this, let's say up to here. Is one, is one, is one. And like this all the way around. Okay, up until here. I will just hide this. Okay. So this is actually my profile, which will be creating the 3D geometry. And this is just the detail component. Well, in this example, it is not a detail component, but imported DVG file, but it can be also a detail component. Now, to be able to control the visibility and graphics of this is I could either go with the visible parameter. Well, I will just say that like show me the detail or doesn't show me the detail, or I can go with the setting here, which is visible graphics overrides. And you can see that I can check that I don't want to see this on the coarse and medium level. I want to see it only in fine levels. So let's load it back to the project, override the existing version. It looks something like this. You can see that I need to offset it. And this one is offset by 37 millimeters. So I'll probably need to offset this the same, 37. Okay, looks better. Probably a little bit less, but let's do it like this. I will just, okay, 1 millimeter less, so 36. Okay, now it goes perfectly in. And you can see that it is colors level. I see it like this in 3D. You see it like this one. In 3D, if I go, you can see here I have fine level, but it is still only the geometry is made from the profile. But if I go to my level, Go to medium, the same. And if I go to the fine level, you can now see the graphic from the imported CAD file. So this is pretty cool.